Morning. So I thought I'd just do a quick video about planting grass in the late fall or actually even in the winter time. So I didn't have my camera with me when we did this berm reseeding. So I've just shot everything on my iPhone. So I figured I'd continue to shoot it on my iPhone. I'm just going to string it together. Look, there's three things you should be doing in the winter time. Number one, you should have your pre-emergent down now in the fall or late fall going into winter. Number two, lime adjustments. Great time to make pH adjustments. Number three, carbon. Put down carbon. I'll be doing a video on that next week. We're going to be dumping down humichar on these new properties and these new seedings to add carbon into the soil because it has almost zero carbon and zero organic matter. So anyways, I'll show you what I'm doing, and here we go. Morning. Massive seeding project today, and I didn't bring a camera with me. So I'm going to shoot this on my iPhone, which means I'm going to talk quickly and show you real quickly what we've got going on. So hold on. Okay, so I put up a pond berm video. We have stripped all the trees off this pond berm. It's got to be a 200-yard berm, but we also now have this area opened up. All these back areas are now opened up, which we're going to seed. I thought it would be really cool. I might put a shooting range in here since I've got the berm, a little pistol range. Always kind of wanted one of those. This side is not that big, but as you go down, this side gets pretty massive down here on the backside slope. So what we're doing is I had John go by Lowe's and they just had 30 bales. I told pick up 30. They had like 29 bales of wheat straw. So I'm going to come in here. I've got a fast growing fescue mix that I'm putting down because I think we can still get that to germinate and get some roots in just lightly. That's all down. Then I've got a bunch of bags of winter rye, annual ryegrass. We're going to put that down, get some roots in the ground. I got a couple bags of clover, and let me show you something else cool that I'm going to put on this side over here. I think I bought out all the seed in town. This is a massive project. So you can see all the bags of this annual ryegrass that I've got over here. But where is it? There it is. Look at that. Johnny Jump Up pansy seed. 5,000 seeds. And then I've also got some clover. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the pansy seed all along the inside bank over here. I don't even know if it's going to take. I just said, hey, that'd be cool if it did. We'll try it. The clover will take. The rye will take. And what's going to be really cool is once this turns green, we're going to have deer walking on here. We'll be able to just sit in the sunroom and just look at the deer just out here grazing and eating on the pond berm. I actually was hunting this morning. I was actually deer hunting this morning in the woods just for a couple hours. And I looked behind me, and sure enough, there's deer right there on that new dugout area on that berm area. So once this turns green and it's got clover and it's got ryegrass, they're going to be out here. It's going to be really cool. And then we can move our fish feeder. We actually have a fish feeder on our dock over here. There's a fish feeder on our dock, and we can move that fish feeder back over to here because we actually had them cut 2 trees off and leave them in the water because they were already hanging in the water providing shelter. So we already had them. So we just had them cut them and leave them. So that's what we're doing today. The crew should show up, and we got a lot of work to do. All right, so my guys are here, and yes, I actually did a seeding class. Basically, you grab a handful of seed, and when you throw your seed, this is what we do up in the fields, you don't throw it at the ground. You actually throw it out and up and create a fan. And then you also have to take into account the wind direction. So when I'm throwing, I'm creating this huge fan that evenly distributes the seed in a big circle, just like this. And what they're doing now is they're walking down the berm, and I'm not sure how much seed we'll have. I think I have enough, but this is the number 1 priority. That's number 2 priority. And then all these huge areas back in here are number 3. And then I'm gonna grab the clover and start putting clover out. Okay, so I put pansy seed all along this side, mixed fescue everywhere, and now they're putting out the winter rye. And now I've got white Dutch clover, and I'm going to use my spreader because this stuff, just like the pansy seed, is super fine. But I'm not going to put the clover on the road because it can't handle the traffic. I don't think I'm going to put much on here. Most of the clover is actually going to be on the side, and back over in here. Man, wouldn't that be cool? Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So the berm is way up there. And we have this massive 20-30 yard hill over here, but then we also have these areas in here where they took some of this virgin dirt out of here, all back in here. And this morning, let me put up a video clip I shot on my phone. I actually had deer walking in here. Now they pulled the equipment off here yesterday and I already have deer walking in here with nothing planted. So John picked up 30 bales of wheat straw, and what I'm doing is I'm just loading them in the back of the UTV and then I'm dropping them. Let me show you how far we've gotten. Wish this wind would go away. I do not want to be putting down wheat straw in the wind. We're going down to about where the pond level normally is. Pond's way down, it's dry. And then we're going to come on the backside, and then if we have more, any left, we'll do back over in here too. But that's looking pretty good. Morning. So I actually went, it's the next day, I actually went deer hunting this morning. Man, I saw a huge 6-point. Good cull deer, but anyways. So that's halfway. That's the berm. And we actually put the fish feeder over here, halfway point. We left a couple trees actually falling in the water over here. Let me turn this camera around. So that's where we drive onto the berm over there. And then there's the fish feeder. And there's the rest of the berm all seeded. So we'll see what happens. We're getting rain tonight and tomorrow and then later in the week, and should be pretty cool. So one of the benefits of doing this as well is we've never been able to fish this side of the pond. And this side of the pond has some really deep areas, the deepest in the pond. We put our fish feeder here. I just threw some out. And if you watch, you might see some circles here. They're starting to get trained again. We had them trained and then we had that fish kill off, but they're coming up and they're actually eating now, so that's good. So, oh, look at that. The cows. The cows are going home. Where you going, cows? Woohoo. Oh, I just took a break and I came up here. Poor pecan trees this year. Look at them. Just drought struck. But there are a couple around. So if you're not familiar, these pods grow on the tree, and when the pods open up, the pecans fall out. Then you crack that open and you have your pecan. Your pecan. See, and here's one that's already just dropped. Here's another one. So David told me, he said, man, he said, let me know. He said, you can get I'll have people come pick them up. They'll pay because you can get $8 a pound for pecans. I said, I don't care. As long as they make me a pecan pie. Whoever makes me a pecan pie can come pick up all the pecans they want. That's pretty cool. So this is our future vegetable garden over here that'll all be fenced in. And we've got winter rye, brassica, turnip, clover, all planted in there. And then look what I'm having for dinner. Purple top turnip. Gotta love that. Look at the mycorrhizal fungi on the roots. Isn't that awesome? So you're gonna plan to put this all down when you have a forecast that says basically showers, not thunderstorms, but you try and where it just says showers. Of course, You know, 3 days ago it said 60% chance of showers, and guess what? We really didn't get any rain at all. I'm like, man, it's killing me. We do have another rain chance coming up this week. We got a little bit of drizzle. I'm just hoping all I need is just a tenth of an inch just to get this seed wet to start the germination process. So if you are in an area like the backyard over here, which I'll show you, just water it, man. Just water it every single day. Keep that seed wet and it'll grow, it'll sprout. Okay, so I'm actually driving out of here, going through the fields, but this is all winter plantings, just so you know as well too. And we have a mix of brassica, turnips, clovers, and winter rye, all in this field over here. This is going to be our vegetable garden next year, and we planted real heavy winter rye back in here. It's super thick. But we've also got clover and brassica, and then we've got these rows of chicken poo that we made covered with hay. But look how thick this is. Isn't that crazy? So the deer are just covered. The deer are just in here like crazy every single night. They're eating some of this rye, but they're really coming in trying to get the clover and the brassica, really. So I'm up here in this big field, and we actually did a huge winter pea and Australian winter pea planting up in here. But I want to show you something. This is just, I don't know, I find it interesting. So this plant right here, I believe that is an Australian winter pea. I believe that's what that is. Because the regular winter pea actually looks more like a bean plant. See it? See the difference? That's interesting. So lots of ryegrass coming up in here, clover, all the peas. Should be pretty cool. But you can see this young ryegrass coming up. See all that young ryegrass coming up. And then you've got the winter peas coming up. Pretty cool. So that was our massive seeding project for the week. Man, I'm glad that's over. I just want some rain. We have had so little rain the past 10 weeks. It's just been crazy. Bad drought. Anyways, guys, I'm going to do another video. We're going to be putting out carbon on the new seeding projects that were behind the house. If every single lawn, all winter long, be putting down humichar. We've been doing it for 3 years on this lawn, and let me tell you what, it's made a world of difference. We're using less and less fertilizer, so it just works. Hit subscribe, and I'll give you an update on the house on the next video, the farm project. A lot going on. Doc.